camp is finally here. And what are my observations? This team is going to be a lot better than what people are giving credit for. The speed of the game is right there. If you look at what they're doing on the offensive side of the ball, you look at Jalen Hurts, the quarterback, he's got a little bit of developing to do as far as pre-snap reads. You look at Joe Flacco. I think that he's a little ahead of him right now because his pre-snap reads are a little bit more crisp. He can kind of diagnose things before it happens. But if you look at him, Jalen Hurts is a phenomenal athlete, a phenomenal quarterback. You can see things starting to, slow down for him a little bit. On the offensive line, look, at this point, Dillard is starting, but I do see Jordan Mailata going out there and having a great camp and possibly winning the starting job. One of those guys have to take it. The secondary is looking pretty good also. You got Nelson on one side, big play Slay on the other side. Those two play well together. Look inside, Kayvon Wallace is a guy that stepped up. In fact, they put him as a starter. So at this point, I see a lot of good things in training camp. I'm looking to see what they're going to do in pass, but the speed of the game is there. You can tell that the head coach is somebody that's really involved with everything that goes on. Usually head coaches sit back and wait for things to happen. No, he's right up there, front and center, coaching his guys right there. So, there's a lot of things that I'm seeing in camp that are different from Doug, but a lot of things are similar as far as them going out and making sure that these players understand what their role is on these teams.
We have a tremendous opinion about Zach as a player, as a person. All he wants to do is play football, and he knows what kind of player he is. And I think, when we look at last year, it was embarrassing for this organization and this team. And, a lot of us have a chip on our shoulder. And when you talk about Zach, it doesn't take a lot to get him here. He cares so much about this team and this city. And, just really good to see him out there.
How long do you think it might take you to feel pretty comfortable in this offense?
Football is football. It's not too much things you can do different. In college it was just no huddle. Here you're in the huddle, so I feel like that's probably the main thing, just getting used to being in the huddle every play.
Last time we talked to you, you said you were coming out of your comfort zone. How have the relationships been in the wide receiver room and your relationship with Aaron Moorhead, just learning from him?
Ever since I stepped foot here in Philadelphia, it's been all open arms. So, everybody's welcoming me in, and I feel comfortable.
There's obviously a lot of high expectations for you this year. How do you manage them, and how do you deal with them?
Just keep the main thing. Know why I'm here, focus on the task at hand.
Right now, Jalen's in with the ones, and he's working with the ones, and he's earned that because he's worked his butt off, and we're hoping that he takes the reins and rolls with it and continues to just get good reps with the ones.
Having said that, what's your level of confidence in Jalen right now?
Well, obviously, when we did a lot of work on Jalen coming out, we drafted him in the second round. And then you look at what he's done. We talk a lot of times about the jump from year 1 to year 2. And this guy has done everything possible to put himself into a successful position with his work ethic, with his studying habits, with his leadership. And so I think for us, like Coach said, we're looking for him to grab the reins and go and follow him as it goes. Now that all comes out here as we start practice and as we start the preseason and training camp.
You talk about training camp and the goals for training camp. You just want to build that chemistry, connect, compete, and get better every day. That's what we really want to do.
Nick and Howie both said they want to see you take the reins for the QB1 spot. Are you the type that wants to have that, you'd have you be deemed the number one guy heading into the season, or do you want to go out there and earn it?
I've said it so many times. I've said it so many times that Rennans do every day, and I truly mean that, and I had that mentality. But for a guy like me, I hold myself accountable to go out there and play, at a high level every time I touch the field, and there's not going to be anybody that holds, Jalen to a higher standard than Jalen. So that's my goal. That's my goal. Be the best quarterback I can be every day. Be the best teammate I can be every day. Lead and everything else to handle itself.
How did Jalen do at practice today?
The lamp is never full. The lamp is never full.